Well, Henshaw here again, your friendly local constitutional coop in California, and a very interesting subject matter here, especially with the events of this past week, the last week of June, 2024. And I do some alternative remedies. You're going to learn a lot about that. And by the way, if you have any friends or relatives or somebody that wants to make some investment capital, uh, let me know. Send me an email. You want to court at gmail.com, because what I do is seemingly way out there, but it's all in accordance with the original intent of those racist framers. And like so many of you that have been in their courts, whether it's a traffic court, tax court, child procurement syndicate, you name it, they're not courts, they're administrative tribunals. Nothing remotely resembling a judicial court, even if it looks like there's a black-robed bastard in it. They're all state bar association attorneys, otherwise known as unregistered foreign agents of the City of London, and they all have irreconcilable conflicts of interest against you, me, and all of us, pursuant to their malignant, malevolent monopoly on practice of law. It has to stop, and we can make that happen. We have a U.S. Supreme Court now, the first time in 90 years, acting like a judicial court. And we get these issues there before these current justices. I think we can do some astounding things. Some pretty decent decisions have already been made. But when we get our issues up there, and as you'll learn, there won't even be any oral argument. There's no need for anything because we're going to be unopposed. And the reason for that is that, as you'll learn, the state of California, at least the Constitution from 1849, and I think this is true in all the original 32 states admitted before 1860, remains in existence. And ours in California provides in black and white the California District Court, a constitutional common law court recognized as such by the California Supreme Court and Ex parte Knowles 5 Cal 300. That's a constitutional judicial court, and we haven't seen anything like that in well over 120 years, but we have the right to one from day one. And that's what we want, because we get in there in front of a jury of our peers and make our case to the jury. They're going to throw their ass out of there on the street without even having to think about it. And that's exactly what we want them to do. Trial by jury. And like I say, it still may not be a perfect remedy, but with that, with the jury rules on the facts and the law, now we have a real chance to go in there, take them on, and at least modify existing laws, if not get them off the books altogether. And that's the important part here. With that particular right, and it goes all the way back to the Magna Carta 800 years ago. The framers were well aware of it. They put it in the federal constitution. It was in all the state constitutions. But where is it today? Ain't nowhere, because the 14th Amendment, which you'll learn, does not exist. Send me an email, you at gmail.com. Created these new state constitutions here in California, 1879. And the only recognized body politic, for example, in Iowa, Article 2, Section 1, United States citizens who reside in Iowa. No, they don't. They reside in the District of Columbia. There are no states. Simple as that. And think about that. This is the sovereign body politic of the nation and republic, and we're not heard anywhere. Can you say the four magic words, which ain't due process of law, ain't consent of the governed? Where is it? It's not there across the board, and we want it back, and we have a right to have it back. And we can get there. And that's the whole point of the exercise. We get back to that trial by jury at the local level. And now you're going to have your friends and neighbors that when you get into the courtroom, sitting there as a jury to rule on your case and, in effect, rule on their own cases. And that's exactly what it is we need to get out from under this de facto national socialist government. That works. All the BS, habeas corpus and appeals and civil law crap not only doesn't work, it was never designed to work. And even today, we'll be talking about habeas corpus, by the way, in another video. Nothing remotely resembling habeas exists today, even though it should. Article 1, Section 9, Clause 2, U.S. Constitution can't be suspended except in cases of rebellion or invasion. And don't be surprised if these bastards try to create such a thing here so they can get around habeas corpus. But if we have the Supreme Court we have now, I think they're going to sustain our position and throw out any perceived, state of rebellion or invasion as being fictitious, exactly like it is. Because what we want back is our government, our lives, our rights, for ourselves, our children, and our posterity. And we can do this. To learn more, send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com, and we can go from there. But it's all good news. And with this court that's in place now, if it stays there and if Trump wins the election, it's going to. That's the way out. It may not come right away. Although when the court returns to session back in October, now they can go a lot faster. Trump gets in there, they know they're going to be able to replace Thomas and Alito. Now they can go full speed, which they haven't been able to do. But with that 6-3 majority, and who knows, with a little luck, we could get it up to 7-2 or 8-1. That's even better. And we're going to have it for 12 to 15 years. And guys, if you just do things right on the court, you've been doing a pretty good job up till now. I get it, there have been some inconvenient times here. But that said, when you re-adjourn in October, now we're going to be looking for you to do your full job just exactly the way they did it 150 years ago. And we did have a Republican form of government of defined and limited powers, not today's elected despotism. So we have a real shot at doing this, and that's great for you, your kids, and your posterity. To learn more, send me an email, youwinningcourt@gmail.com. Remember to subscribe, like your friends, get the word out. The quicker we take action, the quicker we take back our lives and our freedom. That's what I've been put here to do. I want to teach you how to do it. Thank you.